आप सभी का स्वागत है। और आज मेरे एड्रेस में महाराष्ट्र सरकार ने खेती के क्षेत्र में किस तरह का पॉलिसी को अभी अपनाया है और किसानों के हित के लिए किस तरह की अलग अलग स्कीम्स को लाने की कोशिश की जा रही है। आई मस्ट start with saying that the Government of Maharashtra, led by Honorable Chief Minister Shri Devendra Fadnavis, is very keen on introducing technology in all sectors and more so in agriculture. He has a vision that we should bring the latest technology, make it adaptable to the environment of Maharashtra, for the kind of weather and soils that we have, the cropping pattern that we have, and ensure that farmers get more income from the same plot of land. And it starts with Maharashtra Agriculture AI Policy, which has been unveiled this year in 2025, which is valid for next 5 years up to 2029. There are 6 basic pillars of the policy. The first one is Agriculture Data Exchange, which I think is path-breaking in the sense getting access to reliable quality data at one place is almost impossible in our country. All the data sets belong to various organizations and they are very possessive about the data. The sharing policies are not well defined and there is no mechanism wherein a researcher, a startup, or even a government department can get access to all sorts of data that is really required. And if we talk about AI, then nothing is possible unless we have good quality, high quality data and lot of data actually. So the first pillar is setting up an Agri-Data Exchange and also within the exchange also a sandbox wherein the startups can bring up their ideas, play around with the data, play around with their algorithms, test them and be ready for rollout. So that is the first pillar. The second one is setting up a Geo-Spatial engine as a digital public infrastructure. Again, we get lots of data from remote sensing. We also get a lot of data from drones. But how do we analyze it? How do we visualize it? And how do we convert into actionable information or advisories remains an issue. So setting up a Geo-Spatial data engine as a DPI is the second pillar of the policy. Lots of our farmers look forward to exporting their valuable agri products to Europe, US, other countries in the world. And every country has its own requirement about standards, protocols, the way the crops are being produced and handled. So traceability becomes very important. Traceability along with certification becomes very important. So third pillar of the policy is setting up a traceability and certification DPI, which could be used by startups, which could be used by export houses, the farmer producer organizations, or even the farmers to convince the importer about the kind of seeds they are using, the agriculture practices, the storage, handling and processing protocols, and ensure that they get the best out of their crops. So traceability DPI is the third pillar. There are lots of startups here, lots of AgriTech investors are also here. And what we have seen in Sahyadri is a huge effort over last 15 years with lot of innovative ideas, lot of effort, lots of learnings and scaling it up. What we want to do is to ensure that the startups and agri-tech companies get access to the farmers through a structured process. So we will be coming up with the problem statements right from seeds, availability of seeds, to processing, handling and marketing, entire value chain whatever pain points the farmers, FPOs, and other stakeholders are experiencing, those pain points have been converted into problem statement. We would be uh, inviting proposals. How do we solve them using technology, using agri-tech innovations? And there'll be a mechanism to assess them, to evaluate the proposals, something like what Innovation Society of Maharashtra has been doing. But this is focusing on agriculture alone, along with uh, mentoring support, getting them connected to the universities, getting them access to the pilot fields of the agriculture universities and even the state government pilots, and ensure that they get a kind of support which could be instrumental in implementing them in the farmers field. So there is a revolving fund available, there is mentoring available from the experts, of course access to the data, and as I said, sandbox environment would also be available. And idea is to let them experiment and come up with solutions. This was, as you might, some of you might be aware, we started in Pune Agri Hackathon, where 16 agri-tech startups were chosen. They are demonstrating their results, their proposals and solutions in the real field scenario. And I think by the end of January, we will have the results with us. So the fourth pillar is the startup and revolving fund based on the problem statement. The fifth one is capacity building. AI and agri-tech requires a lot of adoption, and especially for the farmers of Maharashtra. We have more than 15 million farmers having on an average 1.2 hectare of land. That's a lot of farmland and lot of farmers. And unless we reach out to them, unless we create an environment of trust and support, I think the issue that somebody raised is how do we reach out to farmer and how do we ensure they adopt these technologies. So a lot of capacity building is required among the farmers and also the extension machinery. So one pillar is only on capacity building. And the final one is a global AI conference in February 2026 in Mumbai, which will bring all these stakeholders at the same platform and provide them an opportunity to interact, learn, and form collaborations. We are inviting the multilateral funding agencies, we are inviting global tech companies, the universities, and also startup companies within India on the same platform. And we are expecting a lot of private investors also coming, lot of institutional investors coming up and supporting these startup initiatives. So with these 6 pillars, the Government of Maharashtra launched this policy in the month of May 2025. And as I just said, the Global AI Conference will be held on 22nd and 23rd of February in Mumbai. And I'll expect many of you to attend to share your experiences and have an opportunity of collaborations with your like-minded people. AgriTech is first of its kind DPI in agriculture, which brings farmer, its plots and its crops together on the same platform. Now AgriTech becomes one of the building blocks of our Agri-Data Exchange. Maharashtra has been doing exceptionally well in AgriTech adoption. More than 11 million farmers of Maharashtra have already enrolled for Farmer ID, and we have already started using this DPI for various use cases. The first use case is the direct benefit transfer for various schemes. So schemes like drip irrigation, protected cultivation, farm ponds, farm mechanization, everything is now linked to Farmer ID. So the farmers who would like to take benefit of this, they simply have to code their Farmer ID, get an OTP on their mobile, confirm it is the same farmer, and then they don't have to supply any other document, no land records, no crop data, etc., because entire thing is pulled through an API from AgriTech, and they can easily get the benefits that they are looking for. That is the first case we have already launched. The second use case is the crop loans. So KCC loan have been integrated first time in Maharashtra with AgriTech, and 12 public sector banks have already started using this platform called Jan Samarth for providing seamless distribution of loans to the farmers. The entire thing is automated. There is no human intervention involved. And I'm proud to say that Maharashtra has been the first state in the country to actually use this. The third one is advisories. Some of you might have heard of Mahavistar AI, which is an extension, digital extension tool prepared by the Government of Maharashtra, wherein farmers get access to the validated knowledge that has been created by the universities, the ICR institutions, knowledge coming from our mandis, weather data, storage availability, all that is coming up on the same platform using generative AI, and also the local language. The farmers are able to get access to all this validated knowledge at their fingertips. So again, here we have linked it to AgriTech. So whenever a farmer puts his farmer ID, the Mahavistar automatically knows which plots, which area the farmer belongs to, and can provide personalized details about the mandi, the close by price range of various crops in the nearest mandi, and also the weather data, forecast, etc. of that area. The next use case which we are using AgriTech, एक प्रधानमंत्री फसल बीमा योजना, the crop insurance, wherein again this year we have integrated with the AgriTech, and the farmer has to simply indicate his farmer ID to get enrolled in Fasal Bima Yojana and also get the final benefit in case there are crop losses. The two use cases coming up are procurement. So the procurement will again also be linked with AgriTech in soon. And all of you are aware, last 1 month or so, Maharashtra has been facing episodes of rainfall more than 65 mm, and there has been wide scale losses to the crops. Now what Government of Maharashtra has decided that in the coming season, the relief and rehabilitation operations will also be linked to farmer ID, so that the farmers don't have to provide any details when they claim any losses because of either dry spell or heavy episodes of rainfall. The Mahavistar, which I just mentioned, is a part of Open AgriNet. Many of you may be a bit aware of. Open AgriNet is a concept for bringing a digital public infrastructure for agriculture and provide information not only farmers but various other stakeholders. So Mahavistar is the first such extension mechanism for the state of Maharashtra in the country, and we have more than 170,000 farmers who have already downloaded Mahavistar app and are using the AI-led chatbot for getting access to various kind of knowledge products, information and data. The Government of Maharashtra has also realized that agriculture requires large-scale investments, not only on the farm field but in the entire value chain. And this year the Government of Maharashtra has pledged its support for making investment in agriculture over the next 5 years to the tune of $3 billion to ensure that farmers get access to water, are able to utilize water in the most optimum manner. There are storage facilities created, all sorts of processing, primary processing, etc. facilities are also created. In a way, entire value chain is taken care of. And while doing so, the Government of Maharashtra has also kept 3 principles in mind. One, it is demand-led. So whatever farmers require, those kind of supports will be available through direct benefit transfer. Second is the innovation or requirement or opportunities at the local level. So district plans would also be funded, through their strategic plans. And third one is to boost research support to universities. Also part of this scheme is called Mahakrushi Yojana or Krishi Samriddhi Yojana of Maharashtra. Finally, I would also like to mention the initiatives of Government of Maharashtra with multilateral funded agencies like ADB and World Bank. We have two projects, which is Nanaji Deshmukh Krishi Sanjeevani Prakalp called POKRA, which is basically building climate resilience in agriculture. And second is SMART, which is State of Maharashtra's agribusiness and rural transformation, which is basically ensuring the entire value chain and supporting FPOs in building resilient value chains. We also have set up 5 commodity commodity stewardship councils for various kind of crops, which includes fruits, which includes soybean, which includes maize and millets, cotton, as well as pulses. And this stewardship council, which Sahyadri of course is part of the fruits council, Shri Shinde is chairing that council, is basically building a partnership among various stakeholders and ensuring that all sorts of policy related issues, execution related issues are discussed and a kind of lobbying is created so that it is sorted out at various levels. Finally, I am really happy that such kind of interaction here is taking place, and eventually the startups who are leading this change will get the platform. The Government of Maharashtra is committed to support you, to learn from you and work with you. Thank you so much.